Hello and welcome to the introduction of World of Tanks. Over here, you see I've already launched my World of Tanks account. I'm signing in for the first time. I need to accept the user license. Get a brief intro video.
Welcome to World of Tanks.
So our first task here is to press the battle button.
Follow the tips to complete the mission.
This is our basic starting mission,
Turret and
and
aiming
we're just going to
controls.
follow the instructions as it tells us. Turning left and right with our mouse. Going to go up here to
Vehicle
this
controls.
arrow. Nothing more than just an introduction to what the basic tools and features of the game are.
Aim at an enemy vehicle and fire.
I press the shift to zoom in.
Aim at an enemy vehicle and fire.
Press shift again. Using mouse wheel to zoom in and zoom out.
Critical hit. Enemy is hit. Penetration. Critical hit.
For the uninitiated, we are firing high explosive shells. You can tell by the explosions
Enemy armor
and
is
the
destroyed.
sound of the ammunition as you fire it. And none of these shells are penetrating through any of the various debris around the field.
Critical hit. Penetration. Enemy vehicle destroyed.
There should be another marker.
Victory.
Or the end. Click continue.
You received a new vehicle. Click continue to go to the next lesson.
All right. Wow, this is very different from how I recall. Apparently, it's all guided steps now. So we'll go ahead and select this. This is an American, I think it's a T2 light tank. All of these battles at the beginning are all against the computer, so we're not actually fighting
Find and
against
destroy all enemy
actual
vehicles.
people.
Let's get this show on the road.
Yeah, T2 medium. So in this map, I'm just going to go up towards this little city here.
Penetration. 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 Enemy armor is hit. Gotcha. Penetration.
All right, going. Up. We got a red line here, so we can't go through there.
Scroll the mouse wheel to enter sniper mode.
entered sniper.
Penetration.
A green marker shows you are aiming at a weak spot of the vehicle.
Enemy is hit. We didn't penetrate their armor.
See how their
That one didn't go through.
red circle there
Penetrate their
doesn't
armor.
allow us to penetrate. The green circle does.
Penetration. We didn't even scratch them. We didn't penetrate their armor.
Scroll the mouse wheel to leave sniper mode.
Gotcha.
You can also use the shift key to zoom in and out of sniper view. Just like that. And what the hell? What that?
Penetration. Enemy armor is damaged. They're knocked out. Ricochet. Enemy armor is hit. They're knocked
You also
out.
have various phrases and things like that from crew in your tank, and they help you to understand whether or not you actually hit something, whether you
Flank and
penetrated,
destroy the enemy vehicle.
whether you've destroyed
Try
it.
to avoid being hit.
Penetration. We didn't even scratch them. We didn't even scratch them. Enemy armor is hit. That one didn't go through. We didn't penetrate their armor. That one didn't go through. We didn't even scratch them. We didn't
Tough.
penetrate their armor.
Flank and destroy the enemy vehicle. Try to avoid being hit.
Enemy vehicle destroyed.
Well, you can see I suck.
We didn't penetrate their armor.
Around on the other side of the
Permission to engage. Enemy is hit. Enemy armor is damaged.
by tapping your right mouse button, you can lock onto a target,
Victory!
and that'll keep your turret pointed towards it. Wow, I've got silver and everything.
Lesson 1. Vehicle improvement.
All right. So
Combat
this is
experience
great.
is used to research vehicles and modules. Credits are used to purchase vehicles and improve them.
Okay, we're going to click the research button here. 350 research points. We can research this engine.
The module has been successfully researched. Now you can purchase and mount it.
Once we've researched it, then we spend our silver, our
The
9,200.
module has been purchased and mounted automatically.
And we've got it mounted. Now we can click the garage button to go back to our vehicle, and we're going to battle again. As you progress, you're going to be able to get more and more tanks and more features, turrets, tanks, tracks, engines, all sorts of
Spot
various
enemy
things.
vehicles.
One of the other things I like to point out is the mini map down here in the lower right hand corner. You can hit the plus or the minus sign on your keyboard to zoom in and zoom out. I prefer to actually have it fairly large so I can look at everything in my visual range and look at the mini map in the peripheral.
You have been spotted. Get ready to fight.
Enemy armor is destroyed. We didn't even scratch them. We didn't even scratch them. Penetration. Penetration. That one didn't go through.
76.
Ready to fire. Target unlocked.
Shoot him on the
Target
side.
acquired. We didn't even scratch them. We didn't penetrate
There are too many of them. Fall back.
We didn't even scratch them. Enemy armor is damaged. Penetration. Enemy armor is damaged.
Flank the enemy.
They're knocked down.
Okay. Over here. Beautiful orange arrow. And what we're going to do is we're going to use cover.
Bushes will hide you from enemies as long as you hold your fire.
We're going to hide behind these bushes over here.
Hold your fire, or the enemy will spot you.
I'm going to cheat.
Enemy is hit. Enemy armor is damaged. Enemy is hit. Enemy armor is destroyed. Penetration. Critical hit.
Now, got the arrow pointing. So one of the other things, while the bush itself will cover you, if you are right at the bush, or you can see through the bush, they can also spot you. But if you move behind the bush so that it's solid, or you can't see through it, then they're not going to be able to see you firing.
Capturing an enemy base is one of the ways to secure victory. Base capture in progress.
When you're capturing a base, one of the best things to do, like this,
Enemy armor is damaged.
is use any cover that you possibly can
Penetration.
to minimize the number of sides or open space that you can be attacked from.
Knocked down.
You can also move around. So they are capping our base. I can't hit any of these guys. Now I want to make
Two
sure that I
vehicles
stay
capture the
inside
base
this
faster.
white circle here so that we can, so I don't lose any of our capture points. And at 0 seconds, then we will have one.
Victory!
Lesson 2. Receiving a new vehicle.
All right, let's click on the tech tree. So this tech tree, you can actually see a series of various tanks here, and yes, we have that one. Okay, we have our combat experience here, and see how we have this M2 medium. We click on the experience here. We click. We have the description of what the tank actually is when it was used. It tells us how many crew we have, what types of crew are in that tank. We can
The
click
vehicle has been
then.
researched. Now you can purchase it.
And then this works just like as you're adding in tracks or turrets or things like that. Okay, I guess we're clicking 100.
Congratulations. Your new vehicle is already in the garage. Lesson 3. Crew.
Awesome. So they're actually... We'll talk about crew. Alright, so we'll click on our crew person here. We're going to give him 6 cents, and that will enable the commander to identify whether the vehicle has been spotted by the other enemy. This is very crucial in tanks. This is probably the first skill that you ever want to get for any of your crew.
Crew skills and perks increase your vehicle characteristics.
As long as we have this plus here, we can grab something else, so we're going to grab concealment next. And then close. Now, you can only put 6 cents on your commander. Your other crew skills, you want to select something that's going to be useful. So we're going to use camouflage for all the rest of our, well, concealment, or camouflage, however you want to call it, for all of the rest of our crew. The reason that we do this is when you look at the stats for, let me mouse over it again. When you look at the stats for this, so each crew member can have up to 100% camouflage, and just because one crew member is at 100% does not mean that your vehicle is at 100% for the camouflage. You have to have all of your crew at 100% to be at 100%. So progressively as these go up, so if these were all 25% here, then we'd have 25% effective concealment for this particular tank. Let's go to battle and continue on with the program. Concealed, hidden behind bushes, you can shoot through. Concealed when you're behind a building makes it nearly impossible to shoot through. It depends on whether the building is destructible or not. The 6 cents icon is a little light bulb, and that will turn on and give you an indicator if you've been spotted, and that's how you know if you've been spotted.
Mission: capture the enemy base or destroy all enemy vehicles.
Time to roll out. Critical hit. Critical hit. Enemy is hit. Enemy is hit. Penetration. Enemy armor is hit.
Movement decreases gun accuracy. That is such a good thing. So you're aiming, which is the round circle here.
Track destroyed. Use the repair kit.
Uh-oh, I gotta hit the switch to repair my track. Now I've got to get on cover again.
Enemy armor is damaged. Enemy armor is damaged. Enemy armor is destroyed.
kind of uses cover.
Penetration.
So I'm using the rocks to hide the majority of my tank, but just allowing my gun to keep free. Notice how the green circle there
Penetration.
starts out big and begins to get smaller. So initially, when you first turn your turret somewhere, you can hit anywhere in that circle, and the idea is that you want to give it a few seconds. That's your aiming time for that circle to shrink down to the smallest possible size, and then your round will go anywhere within that green circle. That's how you ensure that you're able to hit specific areas on tanks that you're aiming. Okay, I've been spotted. So
Vehicle on
yes,
fire. Use the fire extinguisher.
We've put out the flames.
Press 6 to put out the fire easily. But now we know that. Yeah, there it is.
Enemy is hit. Ready to fire. Target unlocked. Penetration.
Low on hit points, we have to be careful. We've got 86 of our 160 hit points. Now we know the last guy who was spotted is this red dot here, where I'm moving the mouse, so we're going to head that way next. As you can see, there's lots of trees, lots of buildings. Sometimes you just have to, use your luck. See if you can actually shoot through stuff. Whenever you see the red outline of a tank,
Penetration.
that means that you have at least a spot that you can directly shoot them.
Penetration. They're knocked down.
Him. Alright, next we're gonna go get this FPAC tank destroyer as a triangle. We want to get him taken care of first.
Enemy armor
And
is
since
damaged.
he's shooting our buddy
Enemy
there,
armor is hit.
makes
Enemy
it real
vehicle
easy for us
destroyed.
to come up behind him and take him out. Now we'll finish this LTP. Maybe.
That one didn't go through. We didn't penetrate their armor.
There
Enemy is hit. We didn't even scratch them.
we go. We're aiming
Enemy
at
armor is damaged.
lower plate.
We didn't even scratch them. We didn't penetrate their armor. Penetration.
There.
Enemy armor is destroyed.
And one tank left, as we see in the indicator up the top. We're gonna go ahead and try to take this guy out.
Enemy armor is damaged. Penetration. Penetration. Enemy is hit. Enemy armor is
Yeah.
destroyed.
Victory.
Oh, boot camp high caliber. I caused the highest damage in the tutorial battle. Awesome.
Lesson 4. Equipment and consumables.
All right, so these are additional features or modifications that you can add to your tank.
Consumables help deal with various emergencies in battles.
Yes. Repair modules, first aid kits, and fire extinguishers. Let's see if they describe them. First one we're going to do is a repair kit. Then we're going to do a first aid, and we're going to do a fire extinguisher. So the repair kit fixes one problem, one challenge and then you have 90 seconds for it to regenerate, and then you can use it again. So if your tanks are destroyed, if your turret is incapacitated, if your gun is damaged, the repair kit will take care of that. The first aid kit is for any of your crew members. So if your commander gets shot or your loader gets shot, you can heal them. And of course, the fire extinguisher is in case you have a fire. These equipment slots are
Equipment
further
improves certain
enhancements.
characteristics of a vehicle.
So the toolbox adds repair speed. You can see this enhanced gun laying drive adds aiming speed. Coated optics adds view range. Binoculars adds view range if you're stationary. The coated optics works at any time. And then gun rammer reduces your loading time. All right. So we clicked our thing here. These are missions up here.
Apply everything you have learned and win a random battle.
Okay, so we are going to win a random battle. And this is going to be with other players.
Mission: capture the enemy base or destroy all enemy vehicles.
These indicators here will not be here during your regular
Show on the
game.
road.
We're going to go towards their base here. And I kind of like to scrub right here to give me a little bit of cover. And we can shoot at any tanks that cross up here. Although it looks like most of the tanks here are extremely slow. And I've been spotted. Back. Okay, so the reason that I moved back is spotted. That usually means that somebody can shoot you. And it usually takes about 10 seconds after that alarm goes off for you to disappear back off their radar.
Penetration. Got him.
Now we know we're spotted right now.
Enemy armor
We
is
haven't
hit.
hidden again.
Enemy is hit.
That's okay.
Gotcha.
We're in a position now where we can
Enemy is hit.
take out as
Enemy
many of
armor
these
is
guys as we
damaged.
can.
Enemy is hit.
Slots. See if I can get this tank here.
Enemy armor is damaged. Critical hit. Penetration. Got him.
Next, we're going to try to get this tank up here. 7. Zoom in.
Penetration.
Once. Twice.
Enemy armor is damaged.
3 times.
Enemy armor is hit. Enemy armor is destroyed.
Alright. Do not like these guys. So I'm going to push them off the edge here. We are going to be very careful. There is potential for you to damage your tank or to actually die by something like that, but
Penetration.
we got lucky.
Enemy armor is hit.
Alright.
Got him.
Next, trying to get these 2 up here
Track
north.
hit.
One, that red semicircle you just saw was us getting hit by something.
Enemy armor is damaged. Penetration. Enemy armor is hit. Penetration. We didn't penetrate their armor. They're knocked out.
Him.
One of our tracks is damaged. Penetration.
Got him.
Penetration.
Got him.
Enemy vehicle
Okay,
destroyed.
next we're gonna get this guy. Little dot over here.
Enemy armor is hit. Penetration. Penetration. Enemy armor is destroyed.
And all the rest of our hanging all over the place here. Alright. We have 2 mediums and 1 light tank. So the diamond shape that you see highlighted in red over here is the light tank. The ones that have like this one next to it that has one line through it is a medium tank. Usually, medium tanks are a bigger threat than light tanks. So we are going to go after the medium tank.
Critical hit. We didn't even scratch them. Enemy is hit.
Tank destroyer, tank destroyer.
Penetration. Enemy armor is damaged. Enemy armor is hit.
Yep.
Bail out. This vehicle has had it.
And we died.
Defeat.
It was a little too aggressive, I guess. So now we get to try it all over again.
Mission: capture the enemy base or destroy all enemy vehicles.
Time to roll out.
Go back to our bush up here.
Enemy is hit. Penetration. 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 Critical hit. Enemy armor is hit. Penetration. Enemy armor is destroyed.
Same game plan as last time. MS1.
Penetration.
Oh, the other thing is you noticed I couldn't quite reach him, and so I went over the hill. The topography on the ground makes a huge difference. Performance of your tail and whether or not you can hit something or not.
Enemy armor is damaged. They killed our driver. We're covering his position, but not very well.
This one. taking a lot longer for the gun to fire because I have a boomer rack. So we're gonna fix
One of our
that.
tracks is damaged. Enemy is hit. Enemy is hit. Enemy armor is hit. Got him. Penetration. Enemy armor is damaged. Enemy armor is hit. Critical hit. Enemy vehicle destroyed.
Hit points left.
That one didn't go through.
Have to be able to
Enemy armor is
careful.
damaged. Enemy armor is destroyed.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to drive towards this cliff up here. We know the last time we saw that thing, hoping that I can get close enough to see him, and maybe one of my other tanks can shoot him. I just have 2 tanks left, so basically one shot is good.
Got him.
Alright, now got our other medium tank over here. Looks like our team is going to take him out. So we'll just have to come in and save the day.
Penetration.
Yay, victory.
Victory!
Lesson 5. Gold and Premium. Gold is used to purchase premium account time and various items.
Gold and premium time can be purchased through the
Premium
World of
account
Tanks,
increases the amount of experience and credits
website.
earned.
and you can actually do it inside the game as well.
The mission has been successfully completed.
We got 3 days of premium and 500 gold. Another nifty, cool little video to watch here.
Great job. You have completed the tutorial.
And that's the end of the general tutorial. Once this loads, I'll just go over some of the basics on the garage scene that you'll see here and talk about some of those things and then get you off to the races. These crew books are for training your crew to start off with. Oh wow, unicorn skin, and some interesting skins that you can use for your crews. Let's see, back to the garage. New crew skins. Congratulations, you received a reward set containing 3 crew skins. Use them to give them unique appearances. You're going to receive new crew skins as a reward after each battle. And you can see we've got these 2 that we can select from. You can uncheck hide non-historical, and then you can see other items. Obviously, this is an American tank. We can't use a Japanese crew skin, so we'd have to use an American, or we can use a non-historical. unicorn. Very fun stuff. Personal reserves. So we have 100% for 1 hour for frontline. That is a tier 8 thing, where you play tier 8 tanks and compete. You have the opportunity as a free-to-play player, even if you don't have tier 8, to use rentals. I believe there's 3 tanks that it'll let you choose from during frontlines, and so you can still continue to play the game. Down here, as it says session statistics, when you click on this, it'll tell you basically, right now we're by battle, so we can see how much credits we've earned, our combat experience, any bonds that we've earned, any free experience, total credits, total bonds, and there's battle performance. The WTR rating is the World of Tanks rating system. It basically, if we look at service record, this personal rating, which starts at 0, and it's affected by your hit ratio, your average damage, your victories, maximum. Basically, it's affected by all of these items here. So as that increases, your overall rating will increase. This also shows you your damage, number of enemies you've destroyed per you being destroyed, the number of victories, so on and so forth. You can also look at the statistics for that particular vehicle, and anything that you want. Down at the bottom, this is the carousel. You can slide between tanks here. These are all, looks like we have a tier 2 tank. This is our M2 medium, but all the, and we have, yes, T2 medium tank and an M2 medium tank, that are tier 2. All the rest of these are tier 1 for each of the respective countries that World of Tanks has. This icon right here allows us to filter parameters. So we can click on this, and if we just want to see Italy tanks, we can see that. If we want to see Czech tanks, we can click on that. Or Japanese tanks, and we can look at that. Unfortunately, Canada doesn't have any tanks, so they're out of luck. But they can use any of the other countries. These are the various tiers: tier 1, tier 2. We have one tier 2 tank. We have we have a tier 3 tank, which is the M2 medium. We have no tier 4. We have no tier 5, no tier 6, etc., etc. Now, for American tanks, once you have a tank selected, like this M2 medium, which is a tier 3, up here at the top where it says Tech Tree, you click on this, and you can see each of the countries. And right now we have United States selected, and we are in the M2 medium right now. So our next tank is the M3 Lee. If we click on the M2 medium, we can see we have to research. In order for us to actually get to the M3 medium, we only have to research the engine, and then we have to get 3,500 more research points in order to get the M3 Lee. In the beginning, the first couple of tanks, you can probably blow through a lot of experience pretty quickly, and you could probably just go directly from the engine to the next tank. There are benefits to researching all of these, which basically turns it into a you have a completed tank, so you get an extra reward where you get more crew experience in that particular tank once you have it fully maxed out. However, in this case, we already have 2,350 combat experience, and it's 850 for the engine. So maybe 2 or 3 more battles, and we would have enough to get the engine and the M3 Lee. As you start progressing up further into these lines, M3 Lee, let's look at the T1 Heavy, and then the M6. So this is a heavy tank line. T29, and now the T32 is 100,000 research points. You can see in battle that returns 1,000 or 2,000 crew experience points. These are a lot of battles that you have to fight to move on to the next one. The M103 and then the T110E5 for 185,000. And this is the highest tier tank and for United States in the heavy line. Let's click on the tech tree again. So you can see here are all the various tanks that you can get. These are all the tier 10s. These are all the tier 2s. This row up here at the top are with the square boxes. These are all artillery. All these with the diamonds are light tanks. They're very fast, very maneuverable. And then the triangles spreads out into these 2 lines here. Those are your tank destroyers. And then here we have mediums, and then these branch off into mediums with your M48 Patton and your heavy, which is your T110E5. Of course, this all changes for every other country. The layout is basically about the same, but some of them, like Swiss, they only have tank destroyers and start off with lights, but end up with medium tanks, and they do have heavy tanks. Italy basically has 1 line, and that's medium tank line. Poland has 1 tank line, and that's heavy tank line. China has a few more, but not substantially so. Same thing with Japan. Czech has 1 line. France has multiple lines. Britain has multiple lines. Russia, of course, has multiple lines. As you can see, they have one of the most diverse sets. And look at all of these objects, something, whatever the fucks. So, just as you progress through, you can you can select what you like and what you don't like. This icon up here that keeps pointing out at About Blueprints, it allows you to see where you have blueprints, or basically tanks that you have researched. Here it tells us we have 0 of 4, so if we click on that, we can proceed to blueprint. We don't have enough resources, so it requires 4 of these items, 4 generic blueprints and 1 American blueprint in order for us to get one of these. What that does is that gives us, so 1 gives us 25% discount, 2 of them will give us a 50%, 4 of them will give 100% discount for researching it and acquiring the tank. You can get these through battles, so as you fight more and more battles, you will earn more and more of those. Here, let's go ahead and click this study crew books. This is your crew control up here, so you can manually choose your individual crew members or choose this, and you can retrain your crew, you can put them in the barracks, or you can apply crew books. We're going to go ahead and open this, and we are going to select a training booklet. And as you can see, it adds 20,000 experience to each of these crew members, and it gives roughly a 37% boost to where they're at now. So we'll go ahead and apply that. And we're not going to purchase anything. So now you can see our Camouflage rating is now at like roughly 53%. And as we fight more and more battles, it progresses up. Let's go ahead and start one more battle here. This is the normal random battle queue. These are a number of tanks that are looking for party at this time, or looking for a battle at this time. And then you have a countdown. Usually, North America, Central server, we can get into a battle in less than a minute. With it being lower tier, there may not be as many people playing the lower tiers, but and that ultimately could affect our wait time. So, still only took about 40 seconds, but we're good. So here's our lineup. You can see here's where we are. These are all of the other various tanks that are on our team. These are all the tanks that are on the other team. They're all red. We are the red ones. And now we have this full map. Let's fight them. Another 8 seconds here. We're actually going to go up the one signify here on our mini map. 1, 2, 1. We drive down here and go up that way. The rest of our team is moving out, going straight north. We're actually make sure that if there are any things that are coming out this time, that we will find them, spot them, and kill them. All things being good. We get up here to this edge, we're gonna have an opening. I'm gonna drive towards the rock here and see if I can look down here and see anybody if I can. So, this way. Make sure we don't have any tanks up here. One tank here. Looks like he's coming up the hill. Ready.
Critical hit. Let's find another target. Permission to engage. Penetration. Enemy armor is hit.
And we're dead.
done for. Everyone get out.
And that's our first battle. Once the battle's over, you can hit the escape key, and then you get an option. You can go back to your garage. Once you go back to your garage, you can select another tank, click battle, and start the whole process all over again. Or you can wait in the battle and actually watch the final results and see how you did, see how the other tanks play. It works either way. That about wraps it up for our initial introduction. Thank you so much.